Hello everyone, I'm Marcy Dolapo and you are watching So You Want to Get Married. So You Want to Get Married is Table Talk, where we talk about everything and anything to do with love, marriage, relationships, dating. I am joined by some lovely guests today. We have got Anu Bello, she's an Italian chef. We've got DJ Picasso in the building, and we've got the lovely Lilian Afegbai. She's an actress. Welcome guys, how you doing?
I'm good.
So today's topic is SideChicking. That is the topic, right? So, thoughts? Okay, let me ask my first question. Do you think it's possible to become a side chick by mistake? Like you just fall into it where you're dating a guy, you don't know he's married, and then you're in love with him, and then you cannot find yourself out of the situation. Does that qualify as being a side chick, or what are your thoughts? Let's hear from our gentleman. DJ Picasso, go first.
Well, I mean, there are not two ways about it.
Okay.
If you're dating someone who's already in another relationship, either married or just seeing the person, and then you realize that you are sharing your man with another person, it makes you a side chick. Yeah.
Okay. Anu, what do you think?
I mean, you can't fall into it. I feel like when you meet someone, you have a conversation, and you always know when a guy is married. They have that little ring.
Well, I don't know. I actually do. I've had a friend who she didn't know, right? I'm not saying that she was a side chick, but where I know people who have basically they didn't know, and then they found out, and then they were just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. But I don't think that a lot of the times it is 100% obvious. Like, there are guys that don't wear their wedding ring.
Yeah, true.
Especially in Nigeria, a lot of men don't wear their wedding ring. You know?
Well, so how can you be in a relationship with someone who's in another relationship and then you don't know? Yeah.
That I know that's difficult to comprehend unless the person lives in a different country. You know? But Lilian, what are your thoughts?
It's actually possible, to be in a relationship and not know the person is married. Because these days, trust me, a lot of men don't wear their wedding ring. I know a lot of friends that are married and they don't wear their rings. And they look young, vibrant. And me, you would never expect that they're married. So yeah, it's possible.
So, but what if, so you're with a guy, then you're dating him, you now find out he's married. Is it not your obligation to get yourself out of the relationship, or what are your thoughts on women that just stay because
what if you fall in love, you're in love, so in love? It's so hard. How would you?
Yeah, but it still doesn't make it right though.
No, it's not right.
Yeah.
But then it's so hard to get out of it at the same time.
It doesn't make it right, but it doesn't make it easy as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're already in love with someone that told you a lie, or you feel he's the perfect guy, he does everything right, and you never expected him to be married. So if you're in that situation, it's not easy to get out of it. But my advice is get out of it before it's too late, because the more you go deep, the more you cause issues. And tomorrow, if the wife find out and everything, you know what happens.
Do you think that because our culture there's polygamy? Yeah. Do you think that it's not as frowned upon as it may be in other cultures or in other countries? How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that, because I hear situations that, someone, maybe the person's mother-in-law knows that the guy has a girlfriend as well as a wife, and nobody's really doing anything about it. They just kind of think it's okay, or they're not calling him up on that. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I personally think it's, we don't fight it here.
Okay.
We have very few people who find themselves in that kind of situation, and then they just allow it pass because they either don't want to lose their man to another woman, or they don't want to lose their woman to another man. Okay. So for some reason...
So you think people who are in that situation that find out, they just kind of allow it because of fear of losing their partner?
Yeah, fear of losing their partner. Because most definitely when these things comes out in the open, we all somehow tend to blow things out of proportion.
Okay.
You understand?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, fine. Okay, sorry.
Who are you going to use as an example now?
Okay. Let's assume I'm married.
Okay.
And I'm seeing this girl, and then I have a side chick.
Yeah.
And then my side chick gets to find out that I have a wife, and then my wife gets to find out that I have a side chick.
Yeah.
Now, Nigerian women, majority of Nigerian women don't know how to trash out issues like that.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Now, in the process of trying to, secure your relationship, you end up chasing the man away. You end up saying things that you're not supposed to say.
Okay.
That might probably end him up in the hands of a side chick.
Okay, but is it that he will never understand that you're saying those things because he's hurt you?
But when anger sets in, when anger sets in, nobody understands anything.
Okay,
you just go ahead and say what you want to say. Yeah.
Also, I find that lots of people don't actually say anything because of society. Like, you don't want to lose your guy because what would people say? I don't want to be that lady that,
that's
ruined my marriage just because of another woman. That kind of, like I'm a Christian, Christians don't get divorced, all that. So they'll just be like, okay, I'll pray and fast
and then see what happens. That's interesting. What do you think?
Let's not forget that we have Muslims who they're allowed to marry.
Yeah, it's a polygamy, so you can, yeah.
So when a Muslim obviously is married and having a side chick and he has just one wife, I don't know. And
but I guess if in your culture you can marry more than one wife, I don't think you look at it. The first wife is not going to perceive it as. Because you have to date the person before you decide, I'm going to take this person as a second wife. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what do you guys think about women that act? Okay, so we've spoken about how you can fall into it by mistake, and then it is your own duty to try and get yourself out of the situation, no matter how hard it may be. But what about women who actively, because there are some women out there who they're actually looking for married men because they think it's going to provide them security. Yeah. They think if he can take care of his wife and children, he has enough money to take care of me. What are your thoughts on that?
I have friends who say, like, being married means he's responsible. Like, if he's not married, then how do you know he's responsible? Like, you're 29, you're not married. Like, okay, 29 or 30, you're not married. It means, like, you're not a responsible guy. So how am I supposed to date you? Like, what are you going to do with me?
So they're actively looking for someone who's married.
Exactly. Just so, like, it's secure. Exactly what you said. Like, it's secure. He'll take care of you, blah, 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 all that stuff. Yes, for sure. But then there's other people as well that would be like, I never want a married man. I don't want to share. All that, I don't know. It's just.
I mean, my thoughts on that is, if for someone who's actively seeking that, is it that they're not going to ever get married, or do they not think that if they're married and it happens to them, how would they feel if they are in the wife's position?
They suffer from low self-esteem.
Okay, so you think if you're actively seeking someone who's married,
yeah,
you suffer from low self-esteem. Why do you think that?
Because, how do you get to put yourself in a situation where you will be searching for married men or married women to go out with or be in a relationship with? You understand?
Yeah.
So it's a real low self-esteem issue.
Is it because you never get to get the person completely? Because that person is not yours, so you're getting parts of a person. Because if you're saying low self-esteem, that you feel like you're not worthy to have someone
your own
to yourself.
To yourself,
is what I'm assuming. Yeah.
Or you think that all the good men are taken? Because
that's
something that everyone says. Like,
but if you're
and also insecurity too.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, I'm not gonna act like, I think maybe I should act both sides.
Okay.
Bad girl, the good girl, but people out there that are watching.
Yeah, of course.
So let's not forget, sometimes there are broken marriages, which leads to this whole side chick thingy. And at the end of the day, if your marriage is broken, it's broken. You can't.
Okay, but if it's broken, but you're still married to the person.
Yeah, if it's broken and you're still married to the person, and he has a side chick, and maybe finally she finds out that he's married and I'm a side chick, and you know that these people are really on the edge of divorce, and really they are really like on the edge of divorce. But now,
why not wait till they're divorced?
Yeah.
Because what if they're going to reconcile? Do you see what I mean? You can be with someone and be separated for a certain amount of time. You can go for counseling.
That's why I
things
said
don't work.
when it's broken. You know when something is broken.
But the thing is,
really
it can be broken, and then the person could be separated for 5 years.
True.
I think it's a very
marriage cannot be broken, and then the both parties will still be living in the same house. They'll definitely be fighting every other minute.
Yeah. Also, in a situation where the girl is now in that situation where she lives with a man and she doesn't know if he's married or whatever, I think she should get out. But in the situation where a young lady is actively seeking for a married man, I don't know what to say to that. I feel like that's wrong.
Yeah, and I think.
But then the situation, our society, yes, I'm not saying we should give excuses for why people do this, but then the kind of society we find ourselves to is messed up. These days, it's not okay, but then people give reasons why it should be okay.
Yeah.
But then that does not make it right. So I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't go out of your way to actively say, oh, I want to date a married guy, he's this, and give yourself reasons why
it's
it should be. So if you do...
I mean, you spoke about like circumstances where someone might say, oh, I can't find anyone. What would you say to someone, like if a friend comes up to you, a female friend of yours, and says, you know what, I've just been looking, all the guys are effed. Because a lot of girls are finding themselves in this situation where they feel like there are no good guys out there. They've been going on several dates, and then the guys are just they're treating them bad and all that kind of stuff. I'm just thinking, why don't I just find one nice old man that is...
My word for her would be she should go and look for what's attracting effed up guys to herself.
Okay, so you think, if someone has a pattern with dating messed up guys, they should look inward. That's actually quite interesting, you know? Because if you have a pattern of dating bad guys, then maybe you're looking in the wrong place, you're looking for the wrong people.
And because no guy just picks up a name and goes into the street and then searches and then, okay, it's you. There must be some certain characters that you...
in what sense? Sometimes you just meet the wrong people. I don't know. It does not mean you always go to the wrong places. At the end of the day, okay, let me give you an instance. You meet a guy at, church, for instance. You meet a guy in the church and you assume, okay, because you guys attend the same church, it should be okay. You guys go on a date and, you start dating. And then you find out that he's effed, And then that ends, and you go out again, maybe to a bar, a nice restaurant, you're having dinner with your friends, and you meet a guy. So if you look at this pattern, there's not many girls is going to the wrong places. It's just that she just...
That's exactly what I'm saying. She should check herself, find out that thing that keeps attracting effed up guys to her.
Pray that she doesn't attract this kind of guys anymore.
What if a lot of guys these days, sorry to say, but what if a lot of guys they're actually... I'm just saying. I know you're a guy, but what if? Let's look at it from that angle.
What's your comeback to that?
Actually effed.
These days, what if? Because the cheating,
she's trying to make me... I'm going to go personal on her.
Okay, are you in a relationship?
No, not actually.
Okay.
Are you sure? Because
No. I am not in any relationship.
I'm sure. I
hope your girlfriend is not watching. But okay. All right, guys.
Please, if you're my girlfriend that you're watching, no.
Okay, well, that's it for the topic, but we're going to go to our question of the day that we get on Facebook. Facebook name is So You Won't Marry, so send us your questions. So we have this. She wants to be kept anonymous, right? So I want to see what you guys say about this. I've been dating a married man for 10 years. I was in Unilag when we started. He promised me he would leave his wife, so I waited. 10 years I spent with this man. I'm now 32, and he just called me to tell me he loves his wife and can't leave her and doesn't want me to... He doesn't want me anymore because he doesn't want me to get too old. What hurts is that many men tried to marry me during those 10 years, but I said no. Now I'm older, I have no man, I'm miserable. Ladies, don't believe them when they tell you that they will leave their wives because they never will. Please help me post my story. What do you guys think about that? In the sense of where the guy... So if a married man, if someone is dating a married man and he now says to you, I'm going to leave my wife. Because the case is always, they're never going to leave their wives.
Yeah. No, but some cases they actually do leave their wives.
Really?
That's when you meet the man that has a broken marriage.
Some cases they actually do leave their wives.
So to this lady who has waited 10 years and she feels like she's now spent her youth waiting for this guy, what would you say to her?
I would say, first of all, I'm so sorry. The guy he's lost. Even if you're in that situation right now, I just feel like you should reinvent yourself. And don't feel like, oh, because you're 30-something, oh, I can't get married, no man. Hell no. There are a lot of girls that are 36, 37, they still get married, they still give birth. Yeah. So I think you should reinvent yourself, pray, and hopefully you get that man. And please, stop putting yourself out there for married men, because trust me, it's all about lies. And once you get stuck, it's very, very hard to get out of it. So you'd rather not just... better you stay single till the right guy comes. If he doesn't come, my dear, he will come.
Okay, so she's been talking about men and lies, men and lies.
What are you about to do? Counteract?
What was she doing dating a married man for 10 years? She's been lying to herself.
She didn't know in the first place.
No, I mean, she knew because the man told her.
Maybe she fell in love with him.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she knew.
She was aware. So she's been lying to herself.
She kept thinking he was going to leave his
She's been lying to herself.
You know what? I would say 32 is not too old to get married. And at least he told you eventually he wasn't.
Eventually, what if he kept on lying forever?
Exactly,
50? I mean,
till he died. Yeah.
He did not lie. Stop saying that he lied.
But you guys
Okay,
lie now.
But he didn't lie.
Please, don't fight. That's all we have time for today. Guys, thank you so much. You've been awesome, and I hope you come again for another topic sometime soon. All right, if you guys want to reach out to us, Facebook and Twitter, So You Want Marry, and you can reach us by email, soyouwantmarry@gmail.com. We will see you next time. Take care of yourself.